Hi guys.
Hello people.
I'm
I'm
Milena.
Lola.
And we're starting this day with Vinland.
It is a great.
Decided.
I mean, is it gonna be like a peaceful, calm episode? Probably no. But like,
what could
I'm
happen
still
in the
happy.
last episode? We had a story with the girl and her husband.
Yes,
So
that's
that's
always Zainer for that 1 second.
Yeah, other people said that like they also
Thought so.
mistaken,
It wasn't just
and
us.
it's also that I think that like is manga black and white or not?
It
No?
is.
That's weird. I don't understand that comment. Somebody said he has different hair, color of the hair. How would somebody?
Well, yes, but like when it's darker hair, it's painted darker, just like
Somebody
shades
said
of
he has
gray.
blonde hair, so like he could not be mistaken.
Well, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
like in my life,
maybe
I think
there is-
mangas are black and white.
Is there some? Is there
Like description, character
description?
description.
Is there something like that in the mangas?
I mean, possibly. I've never
never
read
read
one.
them.
We
Yeah,
should ask
yeah.
my sister, but she's not
Yeah.
here right now. I
It
don't
doesn't
know.
matter. So like in manga, you could not like mistaken him.
Sure.
But like in the show, some other people also, and there were some comments who said like, "Oh my god, it didn't even cross my mind. Like they don't look nothing alike." And I'm like, then you're blind. Look, they clearly look a lot alike. You know, if my boy Einar was angry and bloodthirsty and stuff like that.
Going through trauma and
Yeah.
older. I don't know, but also like truly when it comes to any anime. Like when there's, let's say, a time jump or something and they change the look of a character, I'm like, who the fuck is this now? Like I'm so blind on it. Like I can't differentiate it. I mean, I have issues. I was thinking about this last night as well. I have such issues differentiating people in like any show if I just see them for the first time. Like I know I struggled so much watching Dark. I had no fucking clue who was who. Like I can only... When I first see them, I can only differentiate them by something like really obvious. If they have, I don't know, different hair color, different race, different something, sure, I can differentiate them. But like, otherwise, I have no fucking clue. So maybe it's not just anime. I just like feel like I'm blind to faces. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, to me apparently, to me it's not like that.
God, you should have seen me in Dark.
Yeah.
I was like trying to. It took me like 5 episodes to realize who's who. Like to be like, are those parents his parents, their parents? Like they all looked the same.
I mean, I don't remember. I remember watching the first episode, but like I don't remember having that feeling.
Like they don't now. To me now, when I rewatch it, all of them are completely different.
Yeah.
When I first see them, nothing in my like. If I was a witness to a crime scene and they tell me, oh, which one was the robber or something, good fucking luck, I could not tell you. It is how it is. So like in manga, it's even in manga. In animes, it's even worse. But it wasn't Einar. To get back to our point, it was not Einar. It was the husband of the girl whose name we still cannot pronounce. I feel like she's gonna exit the show before we ever learn her name.
I think so as well.
Yeah, and like if we ever do, that's usually a death sentence. Like whenever we learn someone's name, they die in that episode. So like maybe we should not.
But the thing is, I think it's spelled weirdly, and also I can't even hear how they pronounce it in Japanese. So like that's why I can't even try to read it in English, but like I can't even hear it in Japanese, so like nothing makes sense for her name. But we're gonna continue with them. We found out at the end that she's his wife because he yelled, "My wife."
He really helped us out to understand what their relation is. I think they have a child or are gonna have a child because there's like a child in the intro.
They had a child. I mean, maybe I'm not saying it's that.
Yeah, but like this was their past life. Yeah.
I think maybe that's gonna be in this episode. I think we're gonna find out their past. That's what I expect, kind of.
That would be interesting. I don't know how everything's supposed to be happening with, like, we know that like the Kettles and Leaf are about to. I think they said it takes them like 7 days or something, and I don't know how much time has passed, but like they're gonna come soonish to the farm, and then like 3 days later Canute and the army or whatever are gonna come. So like how does this now conflict in this story does it connect to the storyline that we're coming to, or is this just for the girl and for Einar, you know, because like he is in love with
possibly,
this
but
girl.
I also think that like Kel has been sleeping with her, so like I think that's somehow gonna connect it all, I guess.
Well, like, yeah, sure, but like Carol, one would think that he has bigger concerns at this very moment.
Yeah, I
than
just think
her.
something
Yeah, like
around that could
connect.
happen somehow.
Yeah, and our neighbors are drilling. I mean, my
Yeah.
neighbors are drilling. So just if you
a
hear
heads
this,
up.
because like we hear.
But we have to film. So
Yeah, so like
it is
we
how
just
it
have to
is.
work with this.
It's not worse.
Also, old man Carol is dying, basically dying, and Snake is talking about like wanting to sell his Bible. Is it a Bible? It is a
Yeah.
Bible. Sell his Bible, so like, you know, biding his time. But I don't believe him one bit. He cares about that man. One would hope. I mean, if he
I
does.
think so as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think so as well. Like, am
I
I
hope so.
am I searching for the best in people? Maybe, but I
Maybe.
think he is there because he cares. And I will be very shocked and disappointed
If that's
if
not
it
the
is
case.
not true, because
Yeah.
like I think it is.
Especially because that man has a lot of good qualities that you could care about.
He is so good.
Yeah.
He is so great. And
Yeah.
like Snake even told Einar and Thorfinn that like, you know, he doesn't have much time, so like say your thanks
Yeah.
to him
Yeah.
on time. So like, why would you do that for someone you don't care about?
Yeah. I don't know what this episode will be about, but I still
No,
think
me
we're
neither.
gonna bit prolong Carol and
Them
Leaf
coming
and
to
their
the farm.
coming.
Yeah, I
So
guess.
I would say that this, especially because of the last episode, how the last episode ended, I think we're gonna find out about their past. So like, is he gonna get captured by Snake, you know, or something like that? I could possibly see, and that's how.
I mean, they want to capture him, and they want to, I think, kill him because, you know, he killed those. He killed his
yeah.
owner, whatever. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna assume that we're gonna be mostly concentrated on him, that new character. I don't know his name, and I guess we'll see what happens with the rest of it. Let's play now.
Let's play the episode.
Freedom. Ooh.
If you get their backstories, then they don't have any freedom anymore. Their freedom anymore. So.
And they are now searching for the freedom. I mean, he escaped. He's here for his wife, and I am completely rooting for them. So
the thing is, you were very positive about these things that
I
happened
was.
last outro.
I'm
and you
less
made
positive
me believe,
now.
But like,
Less positive now.
Yeah, you made me believe for like 5 seconds, and like I edited the episode afterwards and stuff like that. And again, I'm negative right now. I don't think anything good to them.
I am not as positive as I was, but I'm not like pessimistic too much. She's holding him.
Who? Him. That's him, and she's holding him dead. My boy. The way I would give my life for you.
Arneid.
I understood Arneise.
I mean, yes, but
Look how he's drawn funny.
the two of you. What do you mean, two of you? I don't
Maybe he
think
thinks
I
a child.
don't
Maybe
think
he
a child is
doesn't know
here. I
you.
mean, we don't know, but no. Girl, what is happening? Hjalti.
Why does she look terrified? Or
Maybe because she has to tell him
Yeah.
about the sun. What?
or she
Hjalt.
What did he cut?
The horse.
The horse.
The horse did nothing.
Oh.
Why does he care so much about her? Is it because Kettle cares about her?
トカゲがやられたってのは本当かこいつはアルネイズをさらいに来たんだ 死んでも渡すな。えい。貴様がゲティか。だったらなんだ。殺す。
やめてトルザル、そんなの無茶よ。
My boy.
やめろエイダル、事情もわからないのに何する気だ。
Literally, what did you
Very,
do?
very good.
引っかかるつもりなのか。
事情なら分かってる。アルネイツさんの弟子が彼女を助けに来たんだ。アルネイツさんに自由になってほしくないのかよ。
欲しいさ、けど状況を見
That's
ろ。
very sweet, but let's think about this
逃げられ
rationally.
ないんだぞ。
俺が力不足なのは分かってる。だけど
エイダル、俺はそんなこと言ってるんじゃない。
Hmm.
お前に人が
Yeah.
殺せるのか。
Has nothing to do with
相手が
strength.
客人だろうと誰だろうと、この斧で人を殺せるのか。
My boy.
だってじゃあどうすりゃいいんだよ。
I don't know. I really don't know.
賢明だな、トルフィー。お前らそこでおとなしく見てろ。こいつは生け捕り。
God, he.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, Snake is skillful.
あいつ手負いだぞ。怪我人相手に3人がかりで負けてんじゃねえよ。 やっぱそうだ。
He's alive, we're good.
Yeah. Only so far.
見逃してあげられませんか。こんなのあんまりだ。奴は俺の手下を殺した。しかも旦那に殺意を持ち、旦那の気に入りのアルネイズをさらう気でいる。
Darling.
見逃せるわけねえだろ、そんな奴を。
So it's like quietly known.
Poor girl.
奴のことは忘れろ、アルネイズ。あれはお前の夫じゃねえ。ただのイカれた逃亡奴隷だ。
I can't tell, like, if he, you know, with everything that's happening, he, like, forgot what happened to their son, and so he's, like, living in delusion that their son is with
We
her,
don't know what happened.
or, like, if he first got separated,
Yeah.
and so, like, he just thinks that the son is still with her,
I'm not sure either.
and, like, what happened to the son. And he said he must be big now. I don't know how much time has passed.
But they have been here for years.
Yeah.
エイナル待て。
エイナルさん、座っていてください。
Girl.
Can you tell
もう
us?
すぐお夕飯ですから。
夜なら暗いうちなら砦に忍び込んでガルザーさんを助けられるかもしれない。何も
Boy,
し
I
なかっ
love
た
you.
ら旦那さんは確実に処刑されるんですよ。
ありがとう。でもいいんです
Truly the best boy. What is wrong
どう
with
にも
him?
ならないことってあるわ。じっとして嵐が過ぎるのを待つの。エイナルさんまで嵐に巻き込まれないで。
頼むドルフィン、力を貸してくれ。俺が見張りを引きつけるから、お前は。
私はお鍋のせいで息子を失いました。
Pots?
Pot. What is pot?
I mean pots like for cooking. I don't know what
Really?
other pots mean, but no, I don't think she means that.
少し私のこと
Yes,
を
please.
お話しさせていただけますか？
Maybe he's gonna help. Like his last dying. I'm back to the positivity.
You know how that even
I don't know.
that doesn't even cross my mind.
I don't think it's like what I'm expecting to happen, just like what I wish. Like I literally don't know
私
what
たち一家は
sweet
スウ
and
ェーデ
sweet.
ンのある集落に暮らしていました。ごく平穏に。 息子が1歳の頃、遠い森の奥に鉄の取れる沼地が見つかって、いくつかの勢力の間でその沼地の所有権を
I don't know what marsh is. If you're asking me that, I have no idea what marsh is. Marsh?
Because it seemed to me like you were shocked, and that's why I looked
I
at
don't
you.
think I would change my face.
And then I want to ask, why are you shocked? What is marsh?
No, marsh.
ガルザルは集落の皆にそのことを伝え、戦いに参加するか否か。勝てば鉄が手に入ります。男たちの下した決断は参加でした。私たち女はそれを聞いてびっくりしました。だって私たちの集落は別にお鍋や鎌の刃に困ってなかったんですもの。
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
男たちの決定を女が覆すことはできません。どうしていりもしない者のために命を懸けるの？
アルネイズ、いるのだ。西のイングベは野心の強い男だ。奴の一族が鉄を手にすれば、一帯の均衡は崩れるだろう。村も豊かになるのだ。お前たちもな。キャルティ、そなたを守るために父は戦うのだぞ。
理解できませんでした。守るためなら一緒にいてくれればいいのに。そして船を見たとき、男たちが帰ってきたのだと思いました。それは男たちの留守を狙われたんです。私はヤルティをガルザルに会って彼を恐ろしいと感じました。きっとたくさんの苦しみが彼を変えてしまったのでしょう。今は彼こそが嵐そのものです。今度こそ私は男たちの嵐から子供を守らなければなりません。
Is she pregnant?
I thought she was because they protected her in such a way, but I didn't.
今、私のお腹にはケティル様のお子がいます。この農場ならきっと平和に健やかにこの子を育てることができます。このまま嵐が過ぎ去るまで。
God.
このまま。
Storm's just coming.
They don't even know how big of a storm is coming. What is happening?
嵐が過ぎるのを待つんじゃなかったのか、アルネイズ。
Ah, okay, he's talking. I thought talking when she opens somebody's front door.
大旦那様、せめて傷の手当てだけでも。わかるんです。もう会うべきではないと。なのにどうして。
わしもかつてじっと耐えて嵐をやり過ごしたことがある。いや、隠れておったのだ。震えながら。もう20年以上前か。 その頃ケティル、息子は東京の美しい娘と愛し合っておった。だがある日、その娘が近隣で力を伸ばしていたエッペという男に見初められてしまい、わしらは苦しい決断を迫られた。ケティルは娘を守るために戦いも辞さない覚悟だった。だが我らの力は当時まだ小さく、エッペに恐れをなす者も多かった。我らの下した決断は服従だった。ノルドの男が聞いて呆れる。わしは保身のために一人の娘を差し出したのだ。娘が嫁いだ日、エッペの富を妬み、憎しみを抱いた男の仕業だった。
なぜいつもこんなことばかり。
わしに言えるのは、嵐はやり過ごすことはできても、傷跡は残していくということだ。
すぐ戻ります。
God, I don't think I've spoken like 2 words.
Yeah. Great episode.
This is here because of my little positivity rant in the previous episode. And they were like, let me just remind you how cruel this world has been to all of the characters there.
Maybe he's in such a nice family, you know, like foster family, and they taking care of him.
Look, I understand that, like, when we saw the kid, the implication is that the kid is, like, dead, let's say. And, like, we know the history of the Vikings, and that kid is probably, like, burned. But, you know, we didn't see a body. Potentially,
the thing
we didn't
is,
see a body.
even if it's not dead, I don't imagine their life to be nice.
No.
I don't imagine anybody taking care of him in this case.
Yeah.
Like, I don't imagine anything good happening to him. So, like, even if he's not dead, it's tragedy nonetheless, you know?
Yeah. I mean, again, like, this whole episode was to show you again how the world is so cruel, and how
Vikings were so cruel,
and how the battles that they fight are so pointless, you know, for what? And so many people die, and there is no reason for it.
I don't exactly know how he ended up being a slave.
Well, I mean, you know, they lost in their
but
battle.
Like, he ended up being I didn't know. So like it ended up being the case that like they left their wives because they wanted to fight a battle and become richer, let's say, you know.
Yeah.
And that cost their lives basically, meaning now they both ended up being childless.
Yeah.
And he didn't know what happened to his wife exactly, I guess. But like, how did he know that she's there?
I mean, he didn't. He just literally ran into her.
He just
literally ran into her. I mean, he even said like, I mean, the episode opened up where we left off, and he like, you know, said you were just like, I don't know, 2 villages away or something like that.
Yeah.
Like you were so close, actually. And so, I mean, pure coincidence that they're like, they were slaves in a place that's so like
so close
near to each other. And like you can see that scene looking at her face, you can immediately see that she is scared of him. And I was like wondering, are you scared because like you don't recognize him, because he is clearly, you know, kind of like a rabid animal at this point. Like when you see him, he is really out of it. Or like, are you scared because of that, or are you scared because like he was a horrible husband to you?
Yeah.
But like I thought that's not gonna be the case because of what we saw in the intro. Like they seem like they had like such a lovely life, you know?
Yeah. Just I couldn't. I honestly couldn't read her face at all. In the like,
I mean, she looked scared, but like
she looked terrified of him. And honestly, what I thought at that moment, like, why are you scared? But like, it gave it time for me to realize why would she be scared.
yeah.
Or is she just like she's seeing a ghost in front of her,
Yeah.
in her eyes? Like he could be dead for all she knows. She hasn't
we
seen
don't even
him
know
for
how
years.
long they have been separated
And
for.
that's why I thought maybe I couldn't read her face. I thought maybe it's like for her it's like she's seeing a ghost.
Yeah.
And it ended up being the case of
I mean, seeing him in this
seeing
state.
him in this state, yeah. Which is understandable because like you can see in the intro as well, like that like he doesn't look like himself at all.
No. I mean, you know, he is again one of the tragedies of this world. Like he looks like, you know, he has gone through awful things. Like we know they mentioned it like briefly in the previous episode about how I don't know the person's name, but like how awfully he treats his slaves. And so like, can you really blame a slave for killing him? So like clearly he was treated very badly, and to the point where he, you know, became this. Like you see in his eyes when he's fighting, he's like just like a rabid animal. And like there is very little
fighting,
to see.
Like he has nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Because he does not have anything to lose technically in his eyes. And that's how, in my mind, Snake was able to kick him and put him on the ground, you know, to win that fight, because like he was just...
Yes, but like he was very strong and powerful. I think Snake is, I mean, at least he seems incredibly capable in his fight. And he is sort of that like fighter similar to Ashalad, where he like sees where your weaknesses lie and like it's gonna attack you there, you know, which is a smarter way to fight than just like going like this. And so like he not kicked him, but like, you know, hurt him in the stomach area or whatever, and like very easily got him, not easily, but like found a way to just like tie him up and not kill him, which I thought was gonna be a near impossible thing. Like when he just started swinging, I was like, I'm not sure how you can.
But Snake was very confident in that moment, so like I thought he was gonna manage to do that, especially because the guy. But like that's what I mean. Like he was able to kill one of those guys just because of the way he's fighting, because like he seems very scary, like monstrous. So like those three guys, let's say, even if they are capable fighters, strong, let's say, I would be scared fighting against somebody who has nothing to lose, and who is just swinging to kill. And that's how they weren't able to even scratch him, basically. But like Snake was dodging the bullets, cuts or whatever, the sword, and was thinking of how to actually
like in the easiest way possible stop him, because like you can't just like, if you go sword to sword, he is so fucking strong, you're about to lose a fucking arm, you know. So like he did fight it the smarter way, and we know he is very capable. He is the leader of the I don't know, does his group have a name? I'm not sure. Like he is, you know, and they were always very afraid of him. And so like we know that he is a capable person. And so he managed to catch him. But before that, we saw this moment of Einar and Thorfinn, where Einar basically started going with an axe, and I was like, where are you going? Because like I wasn't certain what was happening in his mind in terms of like her husband just like appeared, and her face is like a bit also looks scared, and he wants to like take her, and Snake is telling him don't take her, whatever, something. And I didn't know where Einar was like going with that. And so like he was doing the most selfless thing that he could in that moment. He was like, well, clearly this is her husband now, and he wants to save her, so like this would be a way out for her
that's
from
exactly
slavery.
what he was trying to do this
The
entire
entire
time,
time, yeah.
to save her from this.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what does he plan to do with that axe?
Yeah,
Does
I mean,
he plan
of course,
to kill Snake?
like,
How?
he was not like, let's say, he was not in his right mind.
And
he was just like, he saw an opportunity there to like protect someone that he really loves, and like really loves, because like he is doing, you know, it's the selfless type of love, because like she's gonna go, like if your plan, what idea, whatever, she's gonna go with her husband, and you just like freed her, and like you don't even, she's not even gonna be with you, you know, but like he doesn't care. He just wants her to be free and safe and good, and like we know this, he is like the best person alive, but like this just further confirmed it. But like of course he went in there not really thinking things through, like first not knowing what it takes to actually kill a person, whichever that person is. Like, it doesn't even matter they're like the most evil person alive, like it's very tough to kill a person. And so like Thorfinn stopped him. Thorfinn
reminded him of that, and I love that.
Thorfinn, who is like, he has gone through this, you know. Thorfinn, who has come out on the other side of being the person who takes people's lives, like really without blinking. And so like he knows the cost of it, and he knows how he feels about it, and he does not want Einar, who is so pure. He does not want Einar to ever step that line. And like no one should ever want Einar to step that line, because he is the way that he is. And I think him being that way is so precious and just really rare, and we should always protect those people. And so like he just reminded him, like, do you really think that you can just like kill someone? Do you really think that you can kill a person? And that brought Einar back, but also he just really felt helpless, and like, so like what am I supposed to do? Do we just like sit here and watch this and not like just let everything happen? Like, it was very tough, but like yes, there's like nothing for you to do at this point, you know.
No, that's very tragic to me, that he had to feel so helpless, and that there is anything to do, and that I, who am watching this show, am on like Thorfinn's side with the things that he is saying, because like no, I do not agree with that, and I do think in those moments, like when you are a slave, you should technically fight back. You should try to escape. I am angry because of the way that, like, let's say they are being treated and how they have lost their lives because somebody else was managed to take their lives away from them.
Yeah.
You know? So like I am angry, and in that moment, yes, I want Einar to go and like, let's say, save her or whatever, you know? Free her. But at the same time, I know that's not happening, and I don't want that from him, because like Thorfinn went through that.
Yeah.
Like maybe not completely the same thing, but like similar. Like I don't want Einar to find out how it is to take away a person's life, even though there is a part of me that wants him to do that, if you know what I mean. I want him to be free, and I want her to be free. They deserve to be free.
Yeah.
And technically, in my mind, if they were to kill a person to escape a person who kept them slaves, like why shouldn't they do that? But like I don't want that on Rainar's consciousness, because he would not survive that, maybe.
Like he's not
so it's
that
very
type. He's really not that
so
type.
It's very complicated in that moment. Like I feel very complicated. I mean, I know that like I feel you should not do that, but like technically when I think about it for 2 seconds, I'm like, you know, like why not?
Yeah.
He deserves his life back. She deserves her life back.
Yeah. It's a horrible situation that everyone's been put in.
I mean, at
like
the end,
Snake is, let's say, in that whole situation, the one with the most, like, he is very level-headed in every situation. Like, he was not, like he felt whatever that Einar was gonna like attack him, and like Thorfinn stopped him, and he was like, good job, Thorfinn. He wasn't about to like punish Einar for like going down that direction. Like he's really not like a bad person. He understood where Einar was coming from, and like if Einar attacked him, he would have attacked back, and that would have been it for Einar. Like Einar would have fucking died. But like Einar didn't do it. Thorfinn stopped him, and so like he didn't felt any need to like punish him for that, or like for thinking about that. He was like, he understood why Einar wanted to do that, and like I appreciate that.
Yeah, me too.
And like even afterwards, what he said to do you know her name now? I don't fucking know.
I mean, they pronounce it differently.
There's like a H and A.
Maybe we should not remember it, considering that like her fate could end up tragically, So like
no, but he told her like the best thing for you is just to forget about him, because like that is not the man that you
that's
knew.
not your husband.
And like he is right. Like I mean, Arnheld.
Maybe.
Arhen knows that. I mean, I think like much easier than that. No, forget about him. Yeah, sure. Sure. Like that is not a husband that she knows, and like she can't really, let's say, get out of her situation without consequence. She's not a free woman, unfortunately. And so like that was all sound and solid advice, but like much easier said than done. And like she knows it. Like she said afterwards that like looking at him scared her, because like she cannot see the man that she married. Like it was an arranged marriage, but like he was always kind to her and to her son, to their son.
Yeah. And she said that she understand how this world would make him basically do what he did. Like that it's not shocking, but like at the same time, that's when we found out that she's at the same time pregnant with Kettle's son.
Yeah.
Which would stop her which should stop her from maybe doing something that she would want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. To go to him, to go see him, to do whatever.
To risk her life in any way, because like now she is gonna have this kid, and she really wants this kid to grow up in a peaceful environment.
And it was very sad to me when she said like that here and we found out that, and then it was clear why they all protected her immediately by Snake.
Well, I don't think they know, because like Kettle doesn't know. So how would Snake know? I don't think she told Snake. I think
No, maybe they just know
Snake
that
just protected her because he knows that like Kettle is enamored with her, so like she is important, and so they need to protect her in any way.
It was very sad to me the way she thought, because she lost one child like that because of, she calls it storm, and that was actually men in that village going to fight, and then and then Vikings came and like took them all as slaves and took her child away from her, and destroyed their village and home. And this time she said that like she could see this child growing up here peaceful on this farm, like having a peaceful life, and we know that that's not happening, considering that like Canute is coming, and he wants to take away the farm and everything from them.
So like that peaceful
is out of the question.
Whatever she
like it's not even
for is
not even happening, even if she doesn't go to the guy, which we will get until the end of the episode. But like even if she never did go to that guy, still that's out of the question.
I mean, just her whole faith is very sad to me. Like sure, right now she is she is living on this farm, and like this is, let's say, one of the more peaceful places to be. Kettle is not a bad person, like he's really not, but also like she doesn't have the freedom to like not be with him.
She doesn't have freedom to say no to him.
She is about to have his child, and she is just like taking it all in, but like she is not free. It's such a horrible position to for her to be in.
No, I
you know,
really
but like
feel
she is
so,
just
so sorry for her.
yeah,
honestly.
but like she is just trying to grab onto that piece. You know, she just wants to live. So this whole situation is so horrible. Like her whole life has been really tragic, and now they're even coming. Like, so like this farm is not gonna be that peaceful place anymore. And so like what then? Where do we go then? Like I feel very sad. I mean, I feel sad for everyone. I feel sad for her husband. Like he was also just like a decent man. Like he we had this flashback of their previous life, and like how he wanted to go alongside with other men of the village to fight for the iron, because like if they get the iron, then the iron doesn't fall into the hands of like I don't know his name. And so like first they don't make him more powerful, but also they get the iron richer. And so they become richer. So like sure, in their head there is like, let's say, a reason for it, but like it's not a good enough reason if anyone asks me. And like that's what I mean when like pointless battles get fought. Like you forget you have a wife and you have a child, and like all those men in the village have similar situations. They have wife and they have children, and like that is where you're needed. Like that is your responsibility.
Of course, but in their heads I could understand it this way. They thought they were providing for their children and children.
Of course.
And this is how they're gonna make their lives better. If they have known that maybe they risked it all because they weren't thinking. They weren't thinking how something like this horrible could potentially happen, or how they would lose that battle.
Yeah.
In the first
place. Like they placed themselves in a potentially dangerous position. Like sure, to provide, but it wasn't necessary.
It wasn't.
You know, she said like they weren't rich, they weren't poor, they lived in peace. Sounds perfect. Like the what we saw of their life looked like serene, you know, it looked great. So like they didn't need technically to go, and like you never know what could have happened. Like even if the men were here, you don't know what could have come to them. Like this world is awful. Like we know how Einar grew up. Like his father was there, and like he still died when the Vikings came. Like you never know what's gonna happen, you know. But they left the wives and the kids sort of unprotected, and so like
really
the Vikings
unprotected. The Vikings came, and oh my god, they were so happy.
No, that was awful. Because like they thought it was like, you know, their husbands returning from war, and it wasn't. And it was the most, you know, the most awful people imaginable. And Thorfinn was one of them. You know, not like in this raid or whatever, but like in others.
Yeah.
Thorfinn was one of them. So like he really, you know, that was also a tough moment for him, like basically hanging his head in shame. And like in shame because like this is the thing that he's always gonna have to live with, because so many people that he's gonna encounter are gonna have this story of people that they have lost to the Vikings. And he is always sort of gonna have to go through that guilt that he feels. Like it's never gonna fully leave him. And like the only thing that he can do is like learn from it and be better. And he should never forget. You know, he should never forget. Like he has to carry that with him, so that he never.
Even though again. I would want him to forget, I would want to take away all the guilt from him.
I agree. I'm with you, but like he can't. Like it's gonna, you know, it's gonna be with him. It's gonna live with him, and it's like that is the cost that he's all gonna pay throughout his life for the things that he has done. You know, but like other people are dead because of him, and they have no other. Like they have no opportunity to like change their life for the better or just like have a life, you know. And so like if you compare it to that, you know, at least he still breathes, he still lives, and it is kind of his responsibility to do the best he can in this world, because he owes that to the world. And I think like I know it's very cruel, it's very unfair that he ever ended up in the situation that he ended up in. You know, he was so young. He was a child.
He was literally a child.
He was such a child, you know.
Full of anger.
Yeah, and like of course
it was very easy to be manipulated with. And I'm gonna sit here defend him for the rest of my time.
Yeah. That's how he becomes the best version of
I mean,
himself.
that's how he's gonna find that peace and find Vinland or make Vinland or do whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's how maybe he's gonna stand up to for this farm.
Yeah.
In a peaceful route, maybe. I mean, is it gonna end up being peaceful? I don't think so.
Like, it's hard to believe that it would. I really don't know. Like, Snake is a very good fighter, but he is one. And, like, the young Vikings, if I have to, like, place bet on if, like, the young Vikings are stronger than Snake's men, I would say they are. So, like, it's not like Snake can single-handedly fight off all of them. And so, like, when you think about it, they are definitely outnumbered.
No,
and,
honestly, like the only
strength
thing
is
that
on-
they could, that something could, that like someone could try is to negotiate somehow.
Yeah.
But like, is it gonna work? They're coming with an army. Canute needs this farm, not just this one, many others.
It's gonna come down to like Thorfinn and Canute's, because like when you think about it, what difference does it make for like the grand scheme of things? Like what farm Canute is gonna like take? It's still not fair, you know. Like this is the farm that we know, but like what, we send them back and we just send them to another farm. So like those people on that farm are gonna suffer because like we sent them away, you know. So like it's, the whole thing is very unfortunate, and like it's sort of, tragedy is inevitable, just like depends on what,
because
like,
I
for
can't
who.
see this ending up nicely.
I really don't know what's gonna be happening.
But like okay, but I can see it happening. Ending up nicely. I can see Canute just turning his back and accepting and going away. I can't see.
No, me neither.
I can't see any of those things, honestly.
Like honestly, I think the best that we can do is negotiate to like give the farm to them in some type of peace, and keep as much land as like cattle and whoever the people need to live, and like keep the people that are working on the farm for like a salary or whatever. Like find a peaceful way to resolve this, because like they're gonna take the farm. Like Canute has the power, he's gonna take the farm. So like the farm is already gone. The only thing that we can do is find the way to give the farm with least casualties, and like figure it out afterwards.
We also have the Kettle's son, who's gonna fight.
He's gonna
for
kill
this.
everyone. Yeah, he's not gonna go down the peaceful route.
I think
Because like they
I
might
think
even
even
negotiate a peaceful
that's
like
what I
surrender or
think.
whatever. He'll be absolutely not and start killing everyone.
No, that's what I think. Meaning like I think it's gonna end up badly. Meaning like even if you try to do something, I definitely do believe that like we're gonna have this reunion between Thorfinn and Canute, and that they're gonna talk, and Canute's gonna be shocked. Even Thorfinn's gonna be shocked. I can see clearly that reunion, you know. But at the end of the day, I think battle is happening no matter what. So like I'm just trying to think. So like maybe Kettle's son could be the one who is not gonna accept his family defeat.
Yeah.
Because like to me he seems like he would protect his family, you know, and he's
type.
not gonna be the one who's gonna run from the battle, because like to him it would be glory to die in a battle.
Yeah, and also like technically, let's say he'll be in the right here. Like they're just coming to take it from them, you know. So like I don't know. He is gonna be like,
and
let's say a problem from anything peaceful.
Yeah, and I don't know what's gonna happen with Girl, but like I am not that positive.
Like if there's any justice in this world,
I agree.
If there's any justice in this world, like literally wherever, like wherever there is not a piece of land on this fucking earth that is Vinland. Like that is what we need it to be. It's not like it doesn't
something
exist,
that we need
but
to
like
make in my mind.
Yes, and like wherever we can find any type of like peace, just fucking put her there.
No, honestly, I agree, and it's not out of the question. The guy is still not dead, but if I understood at the end of the episode, she did go through the rain.
Yes, she did.
Through the storm. So like, I don't know what that's gonna cost her, let's say, and at the same time, this farm is gonna be destroyed.
Yeah,
it's not gonna be peaceful. Like nothing's gonna be peaceful here. So in my mind, like it's still not out of the question that they're gonna escape. It still could happen. It's just that like I see her fate ending up tragically, unfortunately. Even though I would love for it to end up happy. I mean,
Like,
happy.
literally, like, she has gone through
I mean,
so much.
she has gone through
She's
so
gone
much.
through so much. Like, I can't. Her scream
When-
when they're taking away
whatever-
her
exactly.
child. That is horrifying.
Whatever we saw in this episode happening to her,
It's very unfair.
the fact that she is just accepting and that she would love if this child would be able to grow up on this farm.
Yeah.
Even though the fact that we know how this child was not like was conceived, let's say, like it was nothing here was her choice.
Yeah.
But yet that's the best that she could possibly hope for.
Yeah.
That's so fucking tragic to me.
It's awful.
Everything was awful, honestly. So in my
I
mind,
was happy to like happy. I'm glad that we got like more to her story. Like, I'm glad we have this background to her now. Like, she feels like a much richer character to me now.
Yeah.
But like, at what cost? This is so hard.
because I can't. It's hard to imagine her that the two of them, her and her husband, are gonna be able to escape. And
Not that,
I
but
still,
like maybe just her. Maybe just her and someone.
That's what I wanna say. Like, I still don't think she's gonna come with us. I'm hoping. I'm really hoping, but like, I'm not gonna
hope too much.
be like, oh my god, this has to happen. This is gonna
Yeah.
happen, because like I don't believe in that.
She also had this like conversation. I mean, she was listening to Old Man Kettle. Like, he has a name, but I don't know. Like, when he was, I just love him so much. He is so great. Like, he was telling her about how even like if you wait for the storm to pass, like, you're still gonna have scars. Like, even if she waited it out, like, she is still gonna be now affected by this. But that happened, and he told her a story like about a time like 20 years before, when Kettle, his son, was in love with this girl, and this other person who is
Much
more
richer,
powerful,
yeah.
much richer, wanted to take her for a wife. And like, Old Man Kettle knew that they couldn't really say no, because then they would just come and like kill a lot of them and still take the girl. And so like, he just gave the girl away. And he said like, Norsemen would look down upon me because like I gave away a girl to protect myself. Like, I used the girl to protect myself. First, Norsemen have no right speaking. They're awful. Like, not lola, like the fucking Vikings, they're awful. Like, they think it's like a glory and whatever to fight and kill and like kill women and children. Yeah, fuck your glory. So they have no right to speak. But like, his decision is also an awful one. Like, how do you make that decision? Like, you're giving someone else away, like she's property. But like, that if you don't like do that, if you don't comply, then they come and kill more of you, all of you.
It's a suicide
What
mission.
are you like?
Saving
if you
her.
if you bring me like that choice, I don't know what to do with myself.
No, it's a suicide mission, in my opinion. Like, it's the choice you make. But like, technically, if I understood correctly, they couldn't have done anything. They were more popular. They had many more warriors. They would have all died.
Yeah.
And the girl would end up on their side either way.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not defending him, but
mean,
like, it's
there's nothing
impossible.
to say to that.
Yeah, it's impossible
What do you do
choice
with
to
that?
make. Honestly,
They're like, it's a really. I don't know how anyone could like come up with a better solution here. It's such a cruel choice to even be given.
yeah,
It's awful. And he still feels guilt over that, because like, at their wedding, everyone basically died because another one was even more powerful, and like, constantly they just like fucking fight, and like, they all end up dead, including the girl. And it was just another way to show how tragic this world is, and how many pointless battles are fought, and how many people die for no reason.
But
Like, the whole episode was that.
Yeah, but that made her go to the storm, through the storm.
Yeah.
That made her go to see her husband.
Yeah, to say that she's gonna bind his wounds. I mean, he doesn't know about the kid. He doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
He just left.
So I don't know what
he didn't have
is
to
gonna
live
happen
with
that.
like not knowing like what happened to his wife and his kid or anything, and like because he left, you know, he knew that they're gonna be unprotected. Like he, you know, he's clearly has spent years in an awful situation because he has like kind of lost his mind. Like he is also very sad to me, like that this happened to him. He seemed like a really decent person, and that like this shouldn't be happening, but like it doesn't seem like there's a way back for him. Like it doesn't seem that like he can go back to the man that he was. I mean, he's never gonna, but like I don't even know if he's gonna have the chance to just like become someone else and learn how to live with the things that happen to them. I think so as well. And so like that's such a tragedy. That's so unfair. Like at least I'm happy that he killed his slave owner. Like that's all I can say. Like I'm happy that he got that much. But otherwise I think his story is gonna be like for Arnheld, whatever, like let's say there's a small percentage of her possibly like escaping this.
Honestly,
and living.
There is that I am putting
But
that
like
percentage just because she's pregnant.
Yeah.
And it's not like the show hasn't shown me number of times that they are able to kill children. But like that's the only reason why there is still a part of me that thinks, maybe she's gonna escape. Just because I know maybe.
Like for her, there's a chance. For him, I can't see it at all.
Yeah, me too.
For him, I really can't see it. I can only see him dying.
Yeah, me too.
In what way, how, I don't know.
Me
but
too,
like
definitely.
I can only really see this ending in.
I agree completely.
In tragedy for him, and for her, I guess we're gonna see.
Potentially, I don't know. Okay, guys.
That's a phenomenal episode.
As every single one of this season.
Like
the season of my life. Let's call it like that.
A ridiculous season. Like really, I'm
really enjoying it, in my opinion. That like it, in my opinion, it goes slowly. Let's say we had the episode with Canute like 2 or 3 episodes ago, you know, and still like they still haven't come.
Yeah, people are just talking.
People are talking. We find out more about characters. You know, we have scenes in this episode. Like it's a small part of the episode. It was not that important with Thorfinn stopping Einar, but at the same time it meant a lot to me because like that was Thorfinn and he went through that, you know.
I mean, that was a big scene if someone asks me.
But like it wasn't that big
like
a part of the episode. It lasted for
long,
30 seconds literally, but like it meant a lot to me and I really enjoyed these types of episodes. So like this season, flawless.
I always enjoy episodes where people just sit and talk. Like there are so many shows where I'm just like, okay, like now stop and like talk. Like enough with the movement. Okay, just everyone sit in a circle and start speaking to each other. And this show, I never have to say that because they're
especially
always
not in this. In my opinion, more in this season because in the last season,
season they were like fighting.
It wasn't like that at all because like we constantly like it's been 15 episodes. We didn't know anything about Ashla.
But that is what the season needed.
Like
that is what the season needed because like you had to also like get into Thorfinn's mindset in a way, and you had to like Thorfinn had to behave the way that he did so that like this season would hit the way it's supposed to be hitting. So like everything like
the first season was really just like prologue.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And like that's so ridiculous to me.
Ridiculous.
Like this season, it's episode 14. I'm sure the next 10 are gonna be 10s out of 10s. I don't question that at all. And I'm like trying to soak it in. I'm like, we need to realize what we're watching now is perfection. So like we need to soak that in and like realize like when we look back in like 2 years, like how this season was. To just like know this moment in time we were watching
3 years before we start watching.
Yes, exactly, in 3 years before the 3rd season. I hope everyone was joking when they said 2 to 3 years. Like
even if you're not, I don't believe you. I don't fucking believe you.
Everyone said like no, possibly 2 to 3 years. What do you mean?
See you the latest in 2025.
Yes, I will not accept anything later.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye.